you want to bag yourself some free champers, all you need to do is head on over to the sail away party on pool deck on embarkation day, and around 5:30 the Happenings gang are dishing out unlimited glasses of champers to all its sailors. And this is just one of 15 tips that I'm going to share with you to make the most out of your Virgin Voyages cruise.
Pack my things up, carefree, adventurous way, and I'm heading out to see the rest of the world. Yeah, yeah.
If you are new to the channel, my name is Holly Crabtree and I share a cruise video every single week. So if you love cruising as much as I do, then why not hit the subscribe button? I've got over 200 videos similar to this sharing top tips on all cruise lines. But in this video, I've got 15 tips that are going to help you make the most out of your Virgin Voyages cruise. As soon as you've booked your Virgin Voyages cruise, you'll receive a booking reference number. Then you download the Virgin Voyages app, enter your booking reference number and proceed straight to check-in. If you go to step 7 of the check-in process, it's there that you can request your embarkation time, first come first served basis. So if you want an earlier check-in time, say 1 to 2 p.m, then the sooner you do that, the better. I booked 8 weeks in advance and my check-in time by the time I got to step 7 was 4:45. But I was lucky because a couple of weeks later there was an opening, a cancellation, and I managed to grab it and got the 2 o'clock check-in. Now with Virgin Voyages, all your restaurants are included in the price, and there are some incredible restaurants to choose from. At midnight, 45 days before travel, you can book your restaurants. The wake is very popular. You're only allowed 2 visits in the 7-night itinerary, so my advice would be to book that first. When you've booked your Virgin Voyages cruise, and you may have done this if you've cruised before, is join the Facebook group of your sailing. I wouldn't have known that the check-in time of 2 p.m. had come available if I hadn't have been part of that Facebook group. It was only somebody posted on there that it's available. I went into the app, I changed my embarkation time from 4:45 to 2 p.m. There's so many seasoned cruisers in these Facebook groups, and so if you are new to Virgin Voyages, you learn so much by joining that group. Now, depending on what time your embarkation is, if you've got a late embarkation time and you are in Barcelona, for example, the day before, or your flight gets in early on, you can take your luggage down to the port, hand it into Virgin Voyages, and they will look after your luggage for you. They'll even take it to your cabin. So then you are free to head off into Barcelona and do some exploring without having to take your luggage with you. Whatever your embarkation time is, you will not be allowed to pre-board before that time. So make sure when you do go to check-in, it is on the time that is on your app. You can take on board on embarkation day 2 bottles of wine per cabin, but they have to be in your hand luggage, and you can just bob them in your fridge and drink them in your cabin. And that's 2 750ml bottles, which I think is fabulous. Did you know that you can possibly log on to the ship's Wi-Fi when you're in the terminal building before you're actually on board, and you want to book your dining and the shows, etc., and the exercise classes, then you could actually do it from your phone as you're in the terminal building. Now, as I talk about the exercise classes, they do the bungee classes and the VHS workout classes. Now they are so popular. I actually managed to book one of the exercise classes, the bungee jump yoga workout, which was great fun. It was at 9:30 in the morning. Well, there was literally 3 of us. If you're unable to get one of these classes booked on embarkation day, always be worth turning up for the class anyway to see if there is any spaces. If you haven't managed to book your dining before you've got on board the ship, don't worry, head to Razzle Dazzle between 2 and 4 p.m. on embarkation time and book your restaurants then. They do reserve quite a few places for people that haven't been able to pre-book, so you can book them on board. Now, did you know that Virgin Voyages room service is called Ship Eats? Now, when you order via the app, you can have your food and drink delivered to either your cabin, a friend's cabin, or anywhere on the ship. Now, there is a standard delivery charge of $11, but pro tip, that can be waived if you order anything on that menu that is chargeable. So for example, If you order a latte, that's $6. You'll just pay for that coffee. Now, if you've been on a cruise before, you'll notice that in the evening, when you go back to the cabin, you'll receive a daily planner for the following day. With Virgin Voyages, it is all via the app. They do them though, and that's what it is. It's called A Glance of the Day. There are 4 areas on the ship that you can pick one of these up, and it tells you all about the entertainment. So if you don't want to use the app, you can get a copy. Now there are 4 places that you can pick up one of these. One is at Sailor Services, the Chart Room, or Grounds Club on deck 7, or Grounds Club in the galley on deck 15. But I'll be honest with you, I'm old school and I do prefer a paper copy. Now if you like to visit the spa on board, then I think Virgin Voyages is really good value for money. The spas are open from 6 AM until midnight, and you can book the spa and all the treatment rooms for 3 hours. Now the cost is cheaper on port days. It's $59 for 3 hours on port days, and it's $79 for 3 hours on a sea day. Now, did you know that you can hire a private cabana? Now these hold 4 sailors, 4 passengers, and it's $160 for 6 hours. Now with that you get $40 bar tab, you get your own personal waiter, you get your mini fridge, water, towels. So if you want your own little private cabana that you can hire for 6 hours, then it's $160, and if there is 4 of you, it's $40 each. There are no laundrettes on board, self-service laundrettes on board, but to save you money, what you can do is you can ask to hire a steamer. It's free of charge. You just have a word with your cabin steward. He'll bring it up to your cabin. You have that steamer for 2 hours. Now I tried it on this dress and it worked wonders. It was really good. So I would recommend, if you have got anything that needs ironing, shirts, dresses, ladies, then just ask your cabin steward to hire the steamer and you can have it for 2 hours. Nobody wants to disembark, but with Virgin Voyages you can do an express walk-off as early as 7:15 AM, which is a great time if you've got an earlier flight. Or Virgin Voyages take your luggage off for you, then just leave it outside your cabin before 10 PM the night before, and it'll be in the terminal building before you leave.